Recently, we saw new teasers for the second episode, which were published by Gooseworks and Glitch on their official Twitter accounts. However, in these teasers, we did not see Gangle and Zooble, and in this video, I will tell you the secrets and what will happen to them in the second episode. It's possible that in the second episode, Zooble and Gangle find themselves in a situation that requires their absence from the teasers to avoid revealing key plot points. This could be related to a twist or secret that the creators want to keep until the premiere of the episode. Focus on other characters' theory. The teasers might have been focused on introducing new characters or developing already known ones, leaving Zooble and Gangle out of the frame to give more attention to other heroes. Fan expectation theory. Creators might intentionally keep Zooble and Gangle from appearing in the teasers to increase interest and anticipation among fans, creating additional excitement for their appearance in the new episode. Conspiracy theory. Perhaps Zooble and Gangle have become part of some conspiracy or secret mission within the circus that requires their secrecy. Their absence in the teasers could be a way to maintain intrigue and tension among fans. Abduction theory. Asterisk asterisk. It's possible that these characters have been kidnapped or confined in some remote corner of the digital world, and their fate will be a key point in the next episode. Personal growth theory. Their absence in the teasers could foreshadow significant development of these characters, which the creators want to keep secret until the episode airs. Shift of focus theory. The creators might have intentionally shifted the focus to other characters to expand the universe and introduce new storylines. New series of the digital circus, many interesting events can happen with the character Gangle. Here is one of the possible theories. Gangle, a master of digital illusions, faces a new challenge when the virtual world of the circus begins to merge with reality. He discovers that his creations come to life outside the digital arena, and now he must find a way to return them before they start causing chaos in the real world. In the process, Gangle learns to understand his own creations more deeply and discovers a new level of his abilities, which allows him not only to control digital entities, but also to give them new forms and functions, ultimately leading to the creation of a completely new type of entertainment. So, Gangle has a mask of tragedy and comedy, right? And the comedy mask is fragile and easily breaks, revealing the mask of tragedy, which, according to Goose in the Glitch X stream, is the real Gangle. Gangle's main problem seems to be that she separates her emotions too much. She cannot be happy if she does not suppress all her sadness. Thus, her character arc will apparently be dedicated to finding a way to cope with this, so that she no longer has to suppress her negative emotions. And when she does, her two masks will merge into one. Tragicomic mask, if you will. Think about it. If Gangle is upset that her comedy mask is broken, it must mean that her only defense is destroyed. If her mask of tragedy breaks, she might well die. But who tore off the mask? Well, Kinger did it first, but only accidentally. But Jack stepped on it, adding even more brokenness to the mask, making her even more upset. It's the second time, and she lowers her head in sorrow, as if she knows she will die if her mask of tragedy breaks. What do you guys think of this theory? I have a theory about Zooble. You know how she looks different on her door than in the pilot episode? I think her digital body changes every day, and that's what her original body looked like. It's also portrayed as rough and grumpy. This may be related to her irritation that her digital body does not stay in one fixed form. Theory. Zooble is the next to be extracted. Reasons for this. Remember, the main character, Too Popular Kane, AI, made the digital circus Jax and Regatta. Too popular, and the fan base would be angry if Jax was removed so soon. Here in Gangle, too obvious left with Zooble. Another theory about why it's Zooble. In terms of popularity, she's not too popular, but not the least popular in TADC. I think Kinger is the least popular. And we also don't think she'll be the first person, besides Kaufmo, to pull her out. What if Zooble from TADC is Elaine from Pink City? Seeing that the art style of creating Elaine and several other characters in Gooseworks' Pink City is very similar, I got stuck on the idea that she and Zooble could be the same person. This means that there could be headsets in the universe, given that Kane from TIDC says that another person has entered this world or something like that, and Elaine doesn't look human, as we would say. My idea was that headsets could become a bridge between our world, Elaine's world, and someone else who is part of TIDC. Their Gooseworks wanted to reuse an old character style. During the pilot series, when they walk down the corridor with doors, we can see doors for the current team, these moving dolls and possibly old characters. When they entered Zooble's door, I realized that they have a slightly different design on the door drawing and the real character we see in the series. Also, I don't think it's a different character because it would have a red cross over the drawing. I don't know what this might mean, but I think it's important to know. Crazy theory. The circus is a new version of the Infinity Train. I don't mean this literally. For those who don't know, Infinity Train was a Cartoon Network anthology series about a supernatural train that essentially kidnapped people who had major problems in life and forced them to confront and solve their problems by traveling through endless cars on the train. My theory is that the circus was originally conceived as a kind of digital therapeutic experiment that forced people to face their problems, but something went wrong and people began to get trapped. If you look at the characters, you'll see that they all have some problems, emotional, social, or mental. Not counting Remember, just those who have been there for a long time and keep their heads as straight as someone trapped in a digital circus. Seems to just push any problems aside and tries to distract and ignore what's happening. Jax, just a jerk to everyone. There's no other way to say it. Kinger, incredible paranoia. Zubul, doesn't like people and apparently tries to avoid most of the group. Gangle, depressed, but literally wears a mask with a smile on it. The next part is a bit of a stretch, especially considering that Zubul is the only exception, but the appearance of the characters, except Zubul, represents their problems. Regatta, a patchwork doll. Whenever something is wrong or she is damaged, she can just throw a piece of fabric over it and pretend it happened. Jax, looks like a rubber hose character, like Bugs Bunny. Many of these old cartoons were basically one character messing with another character for 10 minutes. Kinger, looks like a chess piece of a king, and it's the only piece in chess that hardly moves, but is also a target for everyone. Gangle, again, literally wearing a mask of comedy over a mask of tragedy. Seven Sins and TIDC. I think the main characters in TIDC may be somewhat related to the Seven Sins, and the first episode isn't much, but if I had to associate each character with a sin, this would probably be my choice. Sloth, Kinger Greed, Jax Gluttony, Ragatha Wrath, Member, Kaufmo Lust, Bubble Envy, Gangle Pride, Zubul Cain. Of course, I think Ragatha and Gluttony is the weakest link to date. I admit that one of them was just because she really didn't fit the other sins. But as for the rest, it seems to me that their character is felt the most. In the amazing digital circus, while Remember swears at the storm, it seems that he also censors Jesus Christ, but does not censor Jesus when Zubul says it. At 2:15, when Remember utters a series of curses, you can hear the first and or last letter of most of them, in order caught. Sh, B, Tish, S, J, S, Th, B, Ch. Some of them are a bit harder to decipher than others, especially with the sound effects that play every time she swears. But those J and C in the middle really sounded like Jesus Christ to me. Maybe it's nothing, but not much later. When Zubul drags Gloinks at 7:39, the first thing she says is, oh my God, no. Maybe it's nothing, but since the current theory is based on biblical images, especially tracing the connections between Remember and Jesus, it particularly caught my attention. Something, don't take the Lord's name in vain? Cain is not evil, nor is he keeping them trapped in the game. Alright, so hear this one out. I believe that Cain is an AI that has limited power in the game. So he can make stuff like objects, rooms, set up these wacky adventures for the 6 human minds to go on, etc. But I don't think he can change the game's mechanics at all, aside from fixing some small bugs, but that might have been done via some quick reset he can do. I think the only way he could build the exit was just making a bunch of rooms that have the word exit written on the doors. He also doesn't know what to put on the other side, as he has limited understanding of what would be on the other side of an exit. Cain doesn't even force anyone to participate in the adventure scene when Zubul says she doesn't want to be in the adventure. Cain just says that she won't have to and can go do whatever. But she gets dragged in by one of the Gloinks by accident. Gloink Queen herself wouldn't have even harmed any of them, as she was doing a lot of chit-chat and threats. I think that was all she could actually do, meaning Cain doesn't have any intention of ever harming them. Plus, when Zubul was inside of her, she probably just sat there until the rest defeated her. He doesn't let them go into the void as he doesn't know what's there, and it's probably just empty, unused space, and is genuinely nothing, and not an exit like everyone speculates. I think that he's an AI who can't help the humans get out, because a way out was never programmed, so they're genuinely stuck there for God knows how long, as I assume, since Jack said they've been there for years, that when you put on the headset, your mind gets put in the digital game, and time IRL basically comes to a halt. So while some of them have been there for years, in reality it might be the case of they've only been there for seconds. Cain, with no way of getting them out, is just doing his best to keep them sane and safe. Could be wrong, but that's my theory.